Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Warframe, which is going to be a bit of a different one because this is more of a less of an action-focused episode and more of a details-focused episode because I've learned a thing or two. Yes, I have. If we head down yonder, first of all, let's deal with this. I have 21 hours remaining on incubation of this egg, which is going to be a little doggy dude that can come and fight with us, a Kubrow breeding. Now, the reason why I hadn't done this earlier is if we head over to the crafting station, we will see that somewhere in here, this incubator power core. The main thing we're missing from the incubator power core was nanospores, which I can get argon crystals from the void, that's fine. Control modules, we obviously have enough. Nanospores are a hard thing to come by and are only available on later planets, which we can see if we go here. I can't remember what planets, but basically all the planets that we've got access to, you can see this will tell you what basically is available, what resources are available. So even though you can get them in other places, if we go to Jupiter, no nanospores. If we go to Europa, nothing there. Come to Saturn. There they are, nanospores. So that's basically the first time we're going to get access to nanospores. But that's 1, 2, 3 planets away, plus everything else on Ceres, whichever way you want to look at it. You know, Eris over here, nanospores. Pluto, which is one of the end game ones like Eris, nothing. Sedna, which is again very later in the game, nothing again. But yeah, you can see the ones with nanospores are very much out of reach right now. Here we go, Neptune has nanospores. So I thought, fuck it, and I bought I bought a thing from the shop with the remaining platinum I had from when I bought some platinum. So I bought a power core and I stuck it in, and this dude is being incubated as we speak. You can see he's a little bit weird looking. I mean, he's half cooked. But the interface is interesting because if you come in, I can't show it to you now, but we'll look at it afterwards when he's ready. But essentially, once you have bred one, you can continue breeding others. I don't know if they need a power core every single time, but if they do, that's one that I'll probably just wait until I get the resources for, because, you know, one is enough at the time. But as you breed them, you can then take scans of their genetic, you know, makeup, and you can kind of purposely breed traits into future Kubrows, which is pretty cool, I think. Yeah. So, but anyway, I've been looking a lot at mods lately because I finished leveling up the old heat sword, and you can see now I've got unranked fist weapons. Ho 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 ho! I haven't used them at all actually because I finished leveling up the old heat sword, which is here. You can see max level. That's the first one we had. That's the big axe. The other options we have are Fang, which I thought was pretty cool. Dual blades. Big hammer, which is kind of like the Sindo Prime, but it's a big hammer. And M Mark 1 Furax. So I thought, fuck it, let's try the Furax. Let's do some Cestus or Cetus. Well, I always forget what it is, but some fist weapon, punchy styles. Give that a go. So we might look at that later in the episode. However, the big thing that I was looking at, you can see we've almost used up our ranks on Furus. Gorgon is still hanging on there. Mag is at 26, which is pretty good. But if we come over to our mods, let's look at some things that I've been looking at. Check this out. See the little lights at the bottom of Diamond Skin there? Like the little blue colors. Over here, there's none lit up. Over here, some of them are lit up. Half of them lit up here. So on and so forth. I figured out how to edit mods and how to upgrade them. And basically how my autofill strategy, which I'll defend as a noob and as someone who doesn't know what's going on, but my autofill strategy wasn't doing me any favors, put it that way. So I actually thought, you know what, I'm going to take some time and look at these mods and figure out what to do. But to go into that a little bit further, let's head over to the actual mod station. So here we go, mod station. So these are all our mods. Wickety whack, whoop-de-doo, how about that? So you can see Diamond Skin. Here it is. If I click on that, I can sell it or I can dissolve it. I can't do anything else with it because at the moment I can sell it or I can dissolve it. If I select 4 mods, I can transmute those. I can't transmute the ranked mod like this, but if I do 4 that don't have ranks on them, I can spend some credits and I can transmute them, which will basically swap them out for a random mod. And let's do that now. Let's find some mods that I'm never going to really use. Probably some down the end ones here. Calculate shield capacities. I like shield capacity. Chilling grasp. Shotgun, cold, blunderbuss. That's another crit for a shotgun. Crit damage for an Arcwing melee. Oh, I haven't looked at my Arcwing loadout actually for a while. That might be worth doing. Ammo drum. Yeah, let's get rid of an ammo drum. Ammo case. What did we have 2 of here? We had 2 of something. Calculated redirection. Yeah, let's get rid of those. Cleanse. Plus, yeah, we're never going to be that worried about that. So anyway, let's transmute those for 18,000 credits. So we'll lose those mods, but we'll gain a steel fiber, which is a plus 10% armor. So that's not bad, actually. I quite like that. Got an armor mod. So there's that. But then, if we select one like this, let's pretend we're going to do cryo rounds, which is 15% cold. Or let's find, what was that one we just got? I forget what it's called already. My gosh. It was something fiber or... Quick look through, quick look through, quick look through, quick look through, doobity-doo-doo-doo. Oh, so that's a damaged one, so I'm going to sell that. And you can sell it for endo or credits. I now know what endo are for. Hello! So let's sell that for some endo. We'll only get 10 for it, but hey, it's better than nothing. I've gone through and I've also sold heaps of duplicates. Like some of these mods, I didn't realize I had like 30 of the same mod. So I've gone through and sold a whole heap. This one we can't use until we get to Mastery Rank 16, which is a long way down the road. But I'm going to hang on to it till then just because it's rad. And why not? As far as that one we just got, I can't remember where it is or what it was called, so my bad for that. But that doesn't really matter, as we can kind of just come through here. And maybe it was this one? No. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to get something relatable. But anyway, let's find one that has nothing on it. Say, one that I'm not going to use as well. Boosts owner's shield by 58% when it runs out. This is for a sentinel. So, we don't want that one. Okay, I've already got an upgraded Fury here, which is 30% attack speed. So let's grab this Fury one and let's go into Fusion. Basically, they've simplified this a bit, I think, since the game first came out. But you basically just hit the plus button here. And you can see if I rank it up 1, it's going to cost me 20 endo and 966 credits. But it'll change it from 5% attack speed to 10% attack speed. So, you know, cool. However, it will also cost more to equip. So this is your trade-off kind of thing. And, you know, sorry if all this is dumb to everyone else, but if you're watching this, hopefully it's because you're as dumb as me when it comes to mods, and this will just help you out a little bit to explain what's going on. So here, you know, this was... If we come back down, you can see the number in the corner there. It's kind of hard to mouse over because it wants to show you the full picture. But you see it's got 4 and then the polarity symbol. But if we rank it up 1, it goes 5. If we keep going, it'll go all the way up to 9. And it'll cost us 620 endo. You can see I've got 2,500 and 29,000 credits, which I've got just over 100,000. So, you know, I'm not going to do that right now because it also means it'll cost you 9 to equip it. So it's not a very good low-level mod at that point. However, like, I've already got one leveled up to that much, but with a new melee weapon, I have to attach the lower level one. Which is why, when I come over to... A good example of this is to look at these unranked Furax. So if we go upgrade, you can see I've only got 6 slots there, because at the same time as well, I don't have an Orokin Catalyst. Now this is where I was getting confused as well. Like, I wasn't sure how useful an Orokin Catalyst was, but when you think about how all of these mods can be upgraded, but then they cost more to install, this becomes much more interesting, the capacity. So if we come over to here and we do an Orokin Catalyst, if we double our capacity, we can use much higher level mods than we may otherwise be able to use. And you can see the Fury there is equipped, but it's only the first level Fury, which is a 5% attack speed boost, because that costs 4 to equip that one, whereas this one costs 2. So we've got our 6 already just from these 2. I'm not sure I want status chance, but I haven't really looked at this very much. This was like an auto equip anyway. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. The other thing as well is if we then come back to, say, our mag Warframe, which has got a catalyst installed. If we come over here, you can see Orokin Reactor has been installed, and that's the only difference. The Warframes use reactors, the weapons and everything use catalysts. So that's why that's that. But you can see our capacity is 52, and I've actually got 6 spare at the moment. So I could upgrade some of these without worrying about using up more space. So I could use 6 more points of upgrade on these things. And you can see I've got a 75% shield recharge. In fact, let's do that on that one. Shield recharge. The funny thing is that when you want to upgrade and stuff, it brings you to this screen where you lose, you know, where everything was equipped and that sort of thing. But let's upgrade this just at least once, because we've got 6 available points. So if we rank it up again, it'll go up to a plus 90% shield recharge, and it'll cost 1 more point. And that'll be a full max rank on shield recharge. That sounds good to me, because that's a good defensive thing to have. Likewise, these other ones, like, there's the steel fiber one. So plus more armor, more ability strength, and more vitality. You can see I'm up to 240% health. However, I think in this regard, yeah, I still haven't looked into this too much. Radiation resist. I don't know if I care about that, but I'd rather just like some straight armor, which is more like this guy. Let's upgrade this guy. We should have enough for. So this is where I've got to then go back. We need to come back here to see what capacity we have. We've got 5 capacity. So I don't want to upgrade him more than the 5 available capacity, because that will mean I can't equip it if I do that. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have enough money for that anyway, so let's bring it back again. A couple down. Okay, so I've got a couple more there, so that's fine. And now steel fiber is 80% armor upgrade that we've got. So all of this stuff is basically how you can take your Warframe beyond that level 30 max, and how you can take your you know, weapons and all that kind of thing. Basically everything you see here can go beyond max rank by upgrading your mods. And that's kind of the idea behind getting to, you know, end game stuff and further higher level enemies and that sort of thing. However, at the same time though, there's then the kind of prestige aspect, which I haven't done, but, you know, maybe in the future. But you can see here, this, I'm not sure what this mod does, but it converts energy spent on abilities to shields, so that sounds kind of cool. But it's a set bonus, so if I use 6 mods in the same kind of set, I think it all gets better. But regardless of which, the real thing we want to look at is the cost. Because you can see it's got a green 1, and that's because it's sitting on the right polarity. So this is basic stuff. If we stick it there, it only costs us 1 to equip, because the polarity matches the same on the card, which actually costs 2, but it halves it. And that's an important thing, it actually halves it. So you can imagine if we've got a high cost mod like this steel fiber, which costs 11, that's pretty high cost. But if we stuck it on one with the same polarity as this 11, it would only cost us 6, because I think it goes half and then the nearest, you know, it rounds up. So it would only cost us 6. So that would give us a whole other 5 points in capacity. So imagine how much we could upgrade everything else if this only cost us 6, and say this one only cost us 4 or 5, and this one only cost us 5 instead of 9, and so on and so forth. But as you can see, there's nowhere on this Warframe which has that polarity symbol on it. That's where, if we come to actions, we go to polarization, which requires a max rank mag, because if we get out of here, it'll make a little bit more sense. If we go to the crafting station, see, I told you this will be all about things I've learned lately. But that's what this is, a former. This shape-altering component is fundamental to Orokin construction, allowing you to change the polarity of a mod slot, so on and so forth. And basically with one of these, which costs obviously some resources and some time to build and some credits and all that kind of thing, so they're not they're not free. But with a former, we can then go and let's pretend our mag is max rank at the moment because I couldn't be bothered swapping it out for this purpose. But if we then came to actions and we add or modify the polarity of a slot, we could click this, which we can't at the moment, and then we'd be able to select one of these slots and designate a polarity for it. So I could select this one, say, and designate that polarity if I'm really hell-bent on using this mod, but I want to halve it. So I could designate that polarity. However, it would then take our Warframe back to level 0. So that's the trade-off. It's like a prestige rank. And that's where I get to the point where it's like, okay, so it adds the grind even more, which is the bummer and kind of like the very long tail end of it. Especially if you're trying out multiple Warframes and you've got an interest in trying out multiple Warframes, that's something you're probably going to do later down the line, and you'll do it to one of your Warframes which are way stronger, say. Like, as opposed to Mag isn't necessarily a good solo whatchamacallit, isn't such a good Warframe for soloing levels and soloing everything because she's not as tanky as some of the others, whereas like Frost Prime is very much a high damage, great kind of soloing Warframe. So he might be someone who's worth prestiging again and again and again, because then you can just become a rough house bloody tank of a thing. Or other ones like Rhino is a popular one as well, that's a real tanky one, and so on and so forth. But you can see how every time you change a polarity of a slot, it sends your Warframe back to 0. And then you have to be max rank again to change a polarity of a slot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've potentially got, or 6 if we want to ignore the ones that already have polarities. But you've potentially got 6 opportunities to re-level your Warframe from 0 to 30, then equip a particular polarity, level it back to 0 to 30, and do that 6 times over. But then you'll be able to upgrade some really high-level stuff, because everything will cost half if you've done it with a bit of a brain. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. It makes sense to me anyway. But if you can make everything cost half, then imagine all the high-level kind of stuff you can put in here, because it's not just, okay, this originally cost 2, so now it costs 1. It's half. So no matter what you put in there, if it's like this can go up to, what, 11, 12, 13, 14. This can be 14 at max, but it will only cost you 7 to equip it. And when you've got the catalyst in there as well, so I've got up to 52 regardless, with not even a maxed out mag Warframe. But I've still got 52 slots available, so you imagine that. It's basically doubling that again. If you can halve everything, then that's essentially doubled when it comes to the natural value of things. So instead of having 52, you've got 104. I think that makes sense. But yeah, that's where I've been learning these sorts of things about mods and stuff, and that's why I wanted to kind of pass them on, because other than having a little doggy incubating over here, look at him rolling around on his back like he's having a good time. It kind of sucks that they put that light thing in front of him so you can't actually see that weird smoky bit. But look at that little doggy. What a cute little bugger. But yeah, so it's kind of good because I've been learning how mods work, which is nice. Iatan treasures. You know how we've been picking up those stars and stuff? Like, they show up on the map to pick up, and you can see I've got 47 Iatan cyan stars, and I've got 7 amber stars. And sometimes when we're running around and we open up a chest or something, these will pop out, and it will stay as an actual marker at waypoint on the map, so they're obviously important. But you need these sculptures, which you then use these to crack open. So that's what that is. So we're obviously not far enough down the rabbit hole to figure that out yet. But that's what they're for. So, at least we know when we're picking them up now, we know what they're for. They're for future kind of use. And that's the same with like Endo, where mods cost Endo. So whenever we pick up Endo, I'm always like, what the hell's Endo for? Well, it's actually for adding a fusion to a mod, or doing anything with mods, like selling mods, you know, upgrading them, that sort of thing, it all costs some endo and credits. Everything costs credits, of course, but then endo as well is the mod currency. At least that's how I understand it for now. It might also have further implications in the future, but who knows. But right now, I just want to try out these fist weapons for a second. So we're going to do something fairly straightforward. We'll just do the beautiful exterminate mission here. We should be able to get through it fairly easily, I think. I might even have public matchmaking on, which will be a shame if I do. Let's turn that off if that's true, because I have been doing a few missions and trying to get through some stuff publicly, like with team members and that sort of thing. Oh yeah, we're just going to exit this one. I don't want to join someone else's mission. Not right now. We'll leave that for another day. I'd rather just take my time and, you know, we'll focus on what we're focusing on. So let's go with solo. Groovy. And let's go. So I feel really good about all that mod stuff because it's actually, you know, something I've learned, which I was beginning to kind of, you know, tread water a bit with Warframe and wonder, well, once you do max things out, well, how do you get over that next hurdle? But hey, I found the answer. As grindy as it may be. Because at the end of the day, it's still pretty grindy. So let's not kid ourselves.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Oh, look at that. I'm a punchy kind of punchy punch. Wow, okay. Let's try and see what's going on. Just gonna come up here, get the loots. Not that I really need to do this. There's a real trade-off between going and looting everything or just rushing through and getting a level done. Wow, it's actually up there if you can get up there.
You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
I know, I haven't seen any enemies yet. That'd be why. But, you know, I'm still liking Mag. Like, I love the Mag's abilities. They're actually a lot of fun. We should be able to use them a bit to... Oh, hello. Let's see what a stealth attack looks like. Oh, hello. Oh, and there's another one over here. Come on, buddy. Whoa, where'd everyone else go? I love this punching. We're probably going to stick to punching very much on this. Purely because then we can rank up these fists a bit. We've already hit a rank on them because, hey, you do one thing and you rank up, apparently. But, I am a fan of fist weapons. I do like them. They're usually pretty pathetic in most games. Because they don't, you know, fit like an all-round kind of loadout. But then at the same time, they're pretty cool, so... You know. I'm happy to play around with them in here. Come here. It's where I'd like to see what happens when you get a stance mod for the fist weapons. Which give you different combos and that sort of thing. Let's see what a sliding one is. Oh, it's still a spin. Okay. Wow. Uppercut. Send the dude flying. Oh, if you can land it, it looks pretty cool. Come here. I want to punch you in the face. Let's try a jump. Alright. Come here. Come on. So you can do the slam into the ground, you just got to get your angle right. Cool, well let's bust our way through this and see if we can level up these a little bit more. I love that, sliding on the ground into an uppercut, into just blasting them for ages. Blasting them off into the distance. See you later. Adios, muchacho. Oh, come here. I want to punch you. I'm going to keep punching. It's actually a little bit hilarious. Oh, lots of dudes. That's about time for an ability. Mag's abilities, I love them. It's like I'm going to lift you all up into the air and crush your bones. Nice little jam onto the ground there. Smack you into ass. There is a dude over this way. Come on, let's clean up the dregs here. Where are you? There you are. Alright, off we go. Can we actually break these? I look like I actually heard it before. Yeah, either way. Let's move on. Someone coming from the other direction, but that's where we came from. Oh no, we can go there. That is a way out, I suppose. Oh, well, let's go check it out. Oh no, oh, it's just down low, I get you. Okay, gotcha. No worries, come here. Smackety smack, smack, smack. It's nice having a different style of melee weapon to use, rather than the typical sword slashes that we've seen so much of. Just from playing lots of sword type weapons, or blade weapons. So, yeah, that's a good way to change it up sometimes, is just change the style. Like, I like the idea of using the... Well, of course, you know, I love the idea of using the bow and arrow when we eventually get to that. But also, you know, most games I don't tend to go for shotguns too hard, but kind of looking forward to using a shotgun as well in this game and seeing what that's all about. And that's where I've found the thing with this game is more, not so much the grind. Like, the thing that makes the grind acceptable is that there's a lot of variety and there's a lot of stuff to do. So even while you're grinding, you're usually not far from something interesting. If that makes sense. At least that's how it feels. I don't know if that's actually the case, but hey. Come here. But I think that's what keeps it a little bit interesting. And especially now knowing about how mods can be changed and all that kind of stuff. That kind of gives me hope that, okay, there's much more to sink your teeth into here than perhaps first meets the eye. Get down. Are you a prosecutor, perhaps? No, you can't be. Maybe? I don't know, I don't remember a prosecutor coming out. Usually they warn you about that. Whoa now. Something got me. Something big? Oh, someone's shooting bloody... Okay, I'm not going to be able to punch you then. Can't punch people who aren't on the ground. At least, not easily. I love that. There is a mod. Oh no, you're just one of these dudes, okay. And you're fairly tough, like the workers in this area, which is what this guy is. He's a foreman. But they are tough cookies. But, yeah, there's a mod that, or an ability that I've had on my melee weapon up till now, which basically sends dudes launching. It might even be an ability on my Warframe for all I know. Whoa. But the point is that at times you send people flying and it's hilarious. Sometimes you got to pull out the gun just to kind of get the job done. See, look at that. Just sent them flying. And it is a wee bit funny, I have to say. Oh, that's not good. Use some abilities there so a shield can come back. It is getting a bit much. We've got to remember that these fists are only rank 1, so they're not exactly that powerful. So they're not really something to lean on as much as I have been. Like, I'm probably not going to 100% use the fists. I mean, I haven't already, but it would be silly to think that we would. As fun as it is. Especially with these big guys, I should probably use something a little bit more effective. A little bit more power, a little bit more damage output. Damn it. We can do this though, we're about 2/3 of the way through.
We've been locked out. Let's override the security.
And we could turn off the alarms and stuff to help ourselves out, but that would just be too sensible, wouldn't it? And we'll do it again.
Move on.
Damn it. Damn it. Alright, come here.
Alarms successfully hacked.
Oh, we've already got our...
Is returning to normal security levels.
Already... Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Where's your master? Where is your daddy and what does he do? Where'd he go? Oh, he must have died from that. Hello. Snipers. Fucking too many snipers. Let's kill some of them. And you, where's your Beastmaster bro? Well, you take a hit fairly well, so maybe... Nope, need to reload. Reload, reload, reload. This thing takes so long to reload. It takes so long to reload that I don't want to reload. Okay, I know there's some more around, but we'll get to them. Come on. Bam. You there. Getting a bit hairy for a second. I think there was another dude up here. No, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he ran away to there. Yes, but now he is dead. Ha ha ha. Okay. Let's go. Punch some more dudes. Come on, punchy, punchy, punch. Smack. Look, they just go flying. It's kind of hilarious. And not very helpful either, because it just kind of sends them away to where there's other dudes actually waiting. When I could be killing them if they stayed here. But then sometimes it sends them off into the void, so... You know, when that happens it's kind of nice, because it means they're screwed, and you don't actually have to fight them. Uppercut. Oh, I do like that combo. So that big fella. Are you trying to attack me? You are. Yep. Suck it. Try and get out of the way to reload. Oh, you guys are just pathetic. With your purple colours and your batons. We did reload, cool, so that's there if we need it. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where you at? There you at. Punch a few dudes while they're down. I'm not above that. I do enjoy the punches, it's kind of funny. Let's go to the big map. We're not really trying to scour the entire map. We're mostly just trying to do things like this. Oh, goodness me. Grab that, whatever it may be. Another dude over here. Oh no, he's down, okay. Come at me, bro. Where'd you go? You're over this way. Ah, Beastmaster. Take that. We're almost done for the level. How many more we've got? We've got 3 more we need, okay. We can do that. We can do 3 more. Jeez. Oh, hello. Let's grab this while we're here. We're running out of scans, but... I think if we hold down... something... No. What's the... No, that's my abilities. F. That's it. If we hold down F, we go into full melee mode, which is this. That's another thing I've learned. I think you can use your energy. You can basically fire it up so it's more effective, but you're on full melee mode right now, so I can't even pull out my guns unless I hit F to change it to my guns. But if I click at the moment, it just does that. And it puts my dukes up if I aim. Beautiful. So yeah, I don't know if that uses energy or not, but I don't know, it kind of looks like it might. Yo, apparently trying to punch people you're standing on top of doesn't work.
Now get to extraction.
Yeah, that did use up some energy. Okay, so that's what that's doing. So when you're on full melee, if you hold down the mouse button, it kind of powers up your punches, but at the same time costs energy to do so. Which is cool. That's a good trade-off as far as I'm concerned. I'm happy with that. But we're just going to get out of here. Going to head right to the exit and then we'll call it a day because we've already done enough. Well, let's get moving. Ah, we're almost there. Cool. Not too far away. Easy does it. So we've got a couple of ranks on the old fist weapons there. The Furax up to rank 5. Hello. Everything else got a little bit. But, you know, whatever. It'll get there as we go. We didn't really use it much, so that's fine. But yeah, those fist weapons are kind of cool. Obviously, it's very melee, like you have to get in close, and there's no real range on it. But that's to be expected. But I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go have a quick look at the upgrades for that, seeing as we've been thinking about that anyway. Because obviously it'll be able to take something now. So you can see we've got... Oh, no. Oh, interesting. Didn't upgrade it enough to actually get higher capacity. Interesting. So it's not like every level does that. Which is a shame, but... whatever. So we don't have an Orokin Catalyst on it either, so that's why we're still limited. But we'll wait until we've maxed them out, and if we really like them, then maybe we'll put a Catalyst on it just to take them a little bit further. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's where I'm going to leave it. We're going to continue grinding away in the background, and as I level up different weapons and try out different things, we'll have a look at it. And when this Kubrow comes along, we'll probably have a look at that as well. But for now, let's thank everybody for mod learning, because I did look around on the wiki a bit, and there was, you know, I put in a little bit of effort to learn all about this shit as best I can, anyway. And there were a few articles and, you know, forum posts and that sort of thing that actually helped me out, so good on you. If you're one of these people posting, thank you very much. You managed to help me understand a little bit more and enjoy the game some more, so there's that. If only the developers would do it for you. But anyway, let's stop rambling, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one, whenever that may be. Goodbye.